All right, y'all. Well, it's coming to an end on this 1980 XS850. Got to really just get everything put back together. It's all been painted. Did the headlight buckets and the speedometer and odometer housing all gray to match the rest of the bike. Everything else has been satin blacked and just little bits of either chrome or like polished silver around the bike. Just small little accents. And then, you got the red plug wires, so that adds some accent. Stuff to add some dimension to it without just being overpowering. But for the most part, the bike is black and gray, and man, it looks sweet. So we're gonna get it all knocked out, put together, and then we're gonna get it back to my Uncle Scott. Starting to look like a motorcycle now. So I got some pieces over there drying before I can completely reassemble everything. So while I'm waiting on those pieces to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and buff the tank. Got to start with a sand, dry sand, 1500 with the DA, and then 3000 wet. And then after that, gonna buff it out, get it all put back together. So we're going to discuss paint just a little bit, just to cover on the topic. One thing a lot of people don't fully understand is paint is hydrophoric, which means it absorbs. It's porous, and through those pores, it'll absorb the water. And so that's how you end up seeing clear coat flaking off. We've all seen a car or a truck that's 10, 15 years old, and the paint has started to chip away. So that's because the water's been able to get under it. People who wax their cars or ceramic coat them or whatever, any type of protective coating, just wax has to be applied more, that is hydrophobic, which means it repels water, is going to keep that from happening. And so anything I paint, I always put this one on. This is Cerakote paint sealer. Everything I paint, whether it is the rattle can parts, all the satin black that I just did on this bike, all got that. The tank, the tins, all gets that. I'm going to show you the difference on my truck versus my wife's truck, her work truck, which is not ceramic coated or waxed or anything. I always use that, the paint sealer. You can get that on Amazon, you can get it at Walmart, you can get it on the Cerakote website. And then I rarely ever wash my vehicles. I do that once every couple of months, really. Most of the time I'm just wiping them down with the microfiber and the graphene detailer from Adams. Love this stuff. It doesn't really leave the streaks. It's the best one I've found. Maybe a better one out there, but this has been my favorite one. So the biggest thing you can do is constantly keep coating on your projects, cars, trucks, bikes, whatever it may be. Anything you've painted that you want to keep that paint looking good, and with the cost of paint, you want to keep it looking good as long as possible, So that's what I use to keep it fresh and looking good.